Welcome back to the channel. I'm glad y'all are here. And today we're just going to talk about the Celtics Heat series. You know, if you watch my Eastern Conference Finals predictions, I picked the Celtics in 7. It's not going too well, but it's not over yet. 2 games down, it's possible for them to still, make a comeback. But there are a lot of glaring issues the Celtics have to rectify. And Miami Heat is doing a lot of things well. Game 3 will be the deciding factor. If Miami wins, boom, cancel the series, start your preparations for the Heat, most likely Lakers finals. Just imagine Adam Silver, instead of getting Lakers Celtics, he gets Nuggets Heat. That's actually a possibility. So one of the keys I touched on in the earlier video is the off-ball movements of the Heat and their pin downs and everything like that. They had a lot of success with that against Milwaukee, who just, judiciously stays to that drop coverage, right? No matter what they're doing, no matter what pick and roll is it, they will put their center, they will put the man getting screened on, and they'll put them in drop coverage to protect the basket at all costs. This gave people like Duncan, Tyler Herro, and even Jay Crowder a lot of great shots. And even with the Celtics, who don't play that, they switch up their coverages. They have a lot of able wings who can, pop out and cover those threes. They're still taking advantage. They're still getting these off-ball looks, and they really got to get a handle on that. Duncan Robinson played amazing. It was so fun watching him. And he kept getting these looks on the far side, on the weak side, right? He would get a small pin down, and he'd just come to the top of the three-point line and get a shot. They got to fix that. And really, the most concerning things in this is that Jimmy Butler had 13 points or 15 or something like that. He came up clutch in the final minutes, but throughout that game, he was quiet, at least offensively. Defensively, he's always there. The scoring, and the team as a whole, besides Duncan Robinson, was pretty poor from 3, right? I think they were shooting around 30% from 3. They were getting the looks from the pin downs and stuff, but they just weren't connecting. And what really killed them, like the Celtics were up by about 10, 12 at one point. What really killed them was the Dragic adebayo pick and roll. It hurt them so much. Like every time they tried to hedge against Dragic, Bam would have an open. Like this is what we touched on in the earlier video. We said that they're probably gonna force Bam to score. But when we said, hey, force Bam to score, we didn't expect they would give them open layups. I don't know if it's a misrotation, or I don't know if that's their game plan, really, to try to get him to pick up the ball around the free throw line, because they were successful with that, if that was their game plan. But usually, Bam will just have an open lane to the hoop for the layup, or open alley-oop opportunity. And those points, easy points, like it's so demoralizing, even watching it. I'm happy my team, the Rockets, are out, so I'm not rooting. But I can only imagine a Celtics fan watching that and getting demoralized with every layup, saying, come on, just a little bit more, one more quarter left. It was tough. And Dragic ran crazy too. He's a master of the pick and roll. He's great for that team, conducting that offense. He made the right reads at all time. And it's still so surprising to see him when he doesn't pass and he goes to the hoop and makes that layups. This man is pretty agile up in the air. He can get those layups off. He knows when to take that jumper. He knows when to lay it off. And even Bam, sometimes where they did trap him, you can't see me doing air quotes, or when they were successful in making him pick up the ball around the free throw line, Bam was hit. I think I saw him hit 3 of those free throw line jumpers or kick it out to an open wing, man. So they have that pick and roll offense down to a T, and that's just really hard to play against. The Celtics have to streamline their rotations or be a lot better, getting to Bam when he gets the ball in the pick and roll, to make him pick it up a lot earlier. The Heat zone, fourth quarter crunch time, it killed the Celtics. It killed them. it killed them completely. They couldn't do much of anything. Jimmy Butler, Jay Crowder at the top, with Bam in the middle with their other wings on either side. It killed any. It was so dang. I mean, this once again, the Heat did not run zone this whole playoffs. We touched on this in the previous video. That when were they going to utilize this zone that stifled so many teams in the regular season? Boom, just now. I personally forgot how potent this zone is. You have an athletic center. It's very tough. There's not much they can do. They force a lot of these contested threes, and they force a lot of these contested layups. It was like the best chance the Celtics had to score was to draw a foul. Like you just you dribble your best way down in the middle of that zone, and you try to draw a foul, which got them a couple points, but nothing to the point where they can win. So they need to rectify those. I mean, while the game's not officially over, a lot of things can still turn around. It's clear that in the final stretches, whether it be the zone or whether it's, be that effort. I know y'all saw that. I think I'm going to put that highlight, that Jimmy Butler save. That's it's not a small moment, but it's not. The Heat as a collective team has been doing that the whole series, the whole playoffs. They've been making hustle plays at every turn. And when it gets to the fourth quarter, they just are outplaying. They're more ready for the moment somehow, some way than the Celtics. If you look at that team, I only really see Dragic and Butler having some sort of playoff experience. I mean, Jay Crowder technically does because he was carried by LeBron for a couple years, but I mean, then you got Eric Spoelstra, a great coach, but you also have Brad. I don't really understand why the Celtics team is having so much trouble down in the clutch. It's probably to that zone. And it's tough because who can they play in that center position to try to take advantages in those pockets of space near the basket when they hit that zone up? Cantor really can't do it. Dice, as good as an option as he is defensively, he's not really doing anything. He's a non-factor. When they turn on that zone, he's like picking pops. Boom. Like literally the only thing he has. Offensive rebounds are not coming as easy in this series as they were against the Raptors when they went small. It's really tough for the Celtics to come and win this series. And I underestimated by a large margin the potency of the Miami Heat's zone and mentality. Right? I think I'm going to be dropping a video on Tyler Herro, because it was only like yesterday I was watching a Ball's Life montage of him playing against some public school. For real. And he's doing this on the largest stage. And when I went back to go watch that video, I was like, yeah, the Heat know what they're doing. They're drafting guys who are synonymous with their play style and stuff like that. So yes, that is all I have. Guys, stay safe, and until next time, peace out. I am happy. I'm so happy to have discussions in the comments, man. So if you have anything at all, man, just put it down in the comments and I'll reply within as fast as I can, man.